My name is Lisa Donlan, and I'm the president of the Community Education Council for District 1. And in just a minute, you'll be hearing some questions and some comments that we want to read into the record on the part of the CEC. But first, I really wanted to let everyone know very clearly that we feel that we're up here as co-hosts in name only. This process has not been one of partnership or inclusion. It is not one that really includes community, parents, teachers, or staff in any meaningful way. This process is very inauthentic and bankrupt. Whether it's from the needs assessment that was announced at a CEC meeting in September, or the charter renewal hearing in October, the CEC meetings in November and December, followed up by the education impact statement that says there's no impact in January. I want you to take away one thing from this meeting tonight. There's been very little information, very little opportunity for input. This has been a process that has consistently pitted parent against parent and school against school on a very uneven playing field. We are now going to make some remarks that we wanted to have read into the record about the educational impact statement, and we also have some questions for our co-hosts from the DOE.
According to the statement that the educational impact statement, it says that all schools will have sufficient space to meet their educational needs, whereas PS 188 is being capped and PS 94 is being reduced, and there is no mapping on sharing common space or central enrichment and intervention room. Another thing that's being stated is that they will have no effect on other support services to the students, but according to the educational impact statement, the part-time occupational therapist will use from P94 room on the 5th floor 2 days a week, which will not be given to girls prep according to this proposal. So it will not be available to the students at P94.
The educational impact statement states also that PS 188 is a zone school, whereas no schools in District 1 are zoned in District 1 since 1991. The statement also states that K-5 admissions are zoned, whereas no schools in District 1 are zoned since 1991. There's also stated that PS 188 pre-K is determined through a citywide process, whereas the District 1 admission process is a choice and district-based process. There's also stated that District 1 students are given priority in charter lottery, whereas this priority is not mentioned in the Girls Prep Charter renewal application, which says priority is given to siblings and then all applications are selected by a random lottery.
Okay. The EIS plan also states that the building is at 67% capacity, as we heard in the reading of the EIS. Whereas the data is outdated, failing to account for major alterations and elimination of individual rooms. For example, the building of the library, the internet cafe, communications rooms, half-size rooms on the 5th floor. And yet there was no adjustment to the capacity percentage. Additionally, state utilization percentage does not take into consideration the special requirements for District 75 students in 6 to 1-to-1 classrooms that mandate capping a class at 6 students. By law, the EIS should give current and projected enrollment of the affected school and ramifications of the significant change on the building community, whereas instead, the EIS lists an unreasonably vague range of projections, does not make clear that actual scaffolding of sections added and corresponding rooms lost. Accurate estimates for the growth of Girls Prep Charter School can be found in the renewal application that was only delivered via email less than 28 hours prior to the hearing. The EIS fails to outline potential use for other education programs or administrative services, such as the request for the Early Head Start class by the Education Alliance or the establishment of offices for the Charter Management Organization. Public prep, or which takes 7 to 10% of New York State per crucial dollar as its fee, is listed at the 188 address. The EIS states that the proposal creates a high-quality middle school option, whereas that is mere speculation and is not based on data or experience of any kind.
As part of our preparation as co-hosts, along with the CCSE and the SLTs, we requested a great number of documents, financial statements, and most particularly and most tellingly, what is the actual plan? How are real students in real rooms going to be affected, and on what time frame? I want you to know that although we sent these by email to the DOE and had conference calls, we received these documents yesterday at 2:30 by email. And we received these documents today at 12 o'clock. So our questions are going to be rather general and vague, and we'd like this to be an authentic hearing about the reality. Last two comments about the EIS. The EIS in Spanish was only posted on the DOE website today. And finally, the community board, although the law requires it, did not receive the EIS in a timely manner. Now we're going to try to proceed to some questions with the time that is left to us. This is for the DOE.